All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Print, Save, Repeat.
Sounds good.
We're taking a look at their official website today.
Okay.
And right off the bat, I noticed it seems like they're really focused on businesses and organizations
Yeah.
that do a lot of printing.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this tagline right at the top: spend less, print better.
Catchy.
What do you make of that?
Well, it's a pretty bold claim, isn't it, to say
Yeah.
you can spend less and print better.
Right.
But it looks like their strategy is to cut out the middleman
Okay.
by offering toner cartridges and labels directly from their factories.
So they're going direct to consumer.
Exactly. And they're even offering free ground shipping for orders over $99.
Oh, nice. Free shipping is always a good perk.
For sure.
But I'm curious, does cutting out the middleman always guarantee lower costs?
That's a good question.
What about things like customer support, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think there are any potential drawbacks to that approach?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. While going direct can often lead to savings, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It could potentially impact customer support.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how Print.Save.Repeat addresses that.
Okay.
Speaking of their offerings, they have a pretty impressive product range.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Toner cartridges
Yeah.
for all the big printer brands,
Mm-hmm.
plus a whole world of labels. Scale labels, thermal labels, ribbons. You name it, they've got it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like a label extravaganza over here.
Right.
I'm not even sure I know what half of these labels are used for.
Uh-huh.
Can you, give us a quick rundown of the different types and what they're typically used for?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's start with the basics.
Okay.
Thermal labels, those are sensitive to heat,
Okay.
making them ideal for things like shipping labels and receipts.
Oh, yeah?
You've probably seen them used in grocery stores and restaurants.
For sure.
And then there are sheet labels, which are more like traditional stickers. They come on sheets, and they're used for everything from product labeling to address labels.
Okay, that makes sense. And I noticed they specifically call out linerless labels
Yeah.
and phenol-free labels. What's the deal with those?
Yes. Those really highlight their focus on sustainability and safety,
Okay.
which seems to be a core part of their brand.
Mm-hmm.
Linerless labels are pretty cool.
Okay.
They do away with the traditional backing paper, which reduces waste and makes them more compact.
Oh, wow.
Imagine all the extra space you'd save in your storage room.
That's a great point. Less waste is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
But what about these phenol-free labels? I have to admit I'm not familiar with that term.
Yeah, so it relates to the chemicals used in the label adhesive.
Gotcha.
Phenols, like BPA, have raised concerns about potential health risks.
Mm-hmm.
These phenol-free labels are compliant with California's Proposition 65,
Okay.
which is known for its strict regulations on harmful chemicals.
Oh, okay. So they're a safer option, especially for industries with strict regulations.
Exactly.
Or for businesses that prioritize, employee health and safety. It makes sense.
Yeah,
But it makes me wonder if these special labels come at a premium cost.
right.
Is it possible to be both eco-friendly and budget-conscious?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's the challenge a lot of businesses face these days.
for sure.
Let's dive into how Print.Save.Repeat tries to balance those two priorities.
Yeah.
One thing that caught my eye was their recycle tab.
Yeah, I saw that too. It seems like they're pushing those linerless labels as an eco-friendly option.
Mm-hmm.
But is having a dedicated tab enough to demonstrate a true commitment to sustainability? What are they actually doing to minimize their environmental impact?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
We need to look beyond the marketing
Right.
and see what concrete actions they're taking.
Yeah.
Are they using recycled materials in their packaging? Do they have a cartridge recycling program?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what details we can find on their site.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so I've been poking around their site,
Okay.
and it looks like they do have a pretty robust recycling program.
Okay.
They encourage customers to return their used cartridges, and they even offer prepaid shipping labels.
Oh, nice. That's good to know.
Yeah.
It shows they're taking those concrete steps,
Right.
to close the loop and reduce waste.
For sure.
But what about the cartridges themselves? Are they using recycled materials in their manufacturing process?
I haven't found any information about that specifically.
Okay.
It would definitely be a plus
Yeah.
if they were incorporating recycled plastics or other sustainable materials,
Right. For sure.
It would strengthen their sustainability claims, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one thing to recycle, but it's even better to reduce resource consumption in the first place.
Right.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about something else that caught my eye.
Okay.
Um, Their trusted by top brands section.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like they're really leveraging social proof.
Yeah, they've got logos from some big names on there.
And then there are all those glowing customer reviews.
So many.
It's hard to ignore that kind of positive feedback.
It's true.
Yeah.
In today's world, people rely heavily on reviews and recommendations.
Yeah.
It's a form of validation, especially when you're dealing with a company you're not familiar with.
Yeah, I was just reading through some of the reviews.
Okay.
And what struck me is how specific they are.
Oh, really?
People aren't just saying, great product.
Yeah.
They're going into detail about cost savings,
Right.
print quality,
Uh-huh.
the ease of recycling,
Mm-hmm.
even shout-outs to their customer service team.
Nice. Specificity is key.
Right.
Vague praise doesn't really tell you much.
Right.
But when people share concrete examples and details,
Yeah.
it adds a layer of authenticity and trustworthiness.
One review that really stuck with me
Okay.
was from someone who actually got credit for recycling their cartridges.
Oh, wow.
It's a great way to reward eco-conscious behavior.
And incentivize people to participate in their recycling program.
That's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
It creates a win-win situation for everyone involved.
Right.
Customers save money, the company reduces waste,
Yeah.
and the planet benefits.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Sweeps like Print.Save.Repeat is really trying to walk the walk when it comes to sustainability.
Seems like it.
But I'm curious, beyond the environmental aspect,
Yeah.
what are some of the other potential benefits for businesses
Mm.
that choose to go with a company like this?
Well, as we discussed earlier, cutting out the middleman can potentially lead to significant cost savings.
Right.
And when you combine that with their focus on sustainability,
Yeah.
it can be a powerful differentiator in the market.
Okay.
Consumers are increasingly favoring brands that align with their values,
Right.
including environmental responsibility.
That's a great point in today's competitive landscape.
Yeah.
Businesses need every advantage they can get. And being able to showcase your commitment to sustainability can be a real asset,
Absolutely.
both in terms of attracting customers and attracting talent.
Yeah. It's no longer just a niche concern. Sustainability is becoming a mainstream expectation,
Right.
and businesses that embrace it are likely to have a competitive edge.
So it seems like Print.Save.Repeat offers a pretty compelling package.
Yeah.
Potential cost savings, a focus on sustainability,
Yep.
positive customer feedback, and a range of products to meet diverse needs.
It does.
But is it all too good to be true?
Good question.
What are some things we should be looking out for?
Well, one potential red flag is if their prices are significantly lower than their competitors.
Okay.
It's important to be wary of deals that seem too good to be true.
Right.
It could indicate that they're cutting corners somewhere,
Yeah.
either in terms of product quality or ethical sourcing practices.
That's a good point. We haven't really delved into their sourcing practices. Do we have any information about where they get their materials from or their manufacturing processes?
Unfortunately, the website doesn't provide much detail on that front.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be helpful to know more about their supply chain
Yeah.
and whether they adhere to fair labor practices and responsible sourcing guidelines.
Transparency is key,
Absolutely.
especially when it comes to sustainability claims.
For sure.
If a company is truly committed to ethical and sustainable practices,
Right.
they should be open about their processes
Yeah,
and willing to answer questions about their supply chain.
exactly. It's about building trust and accountability.
So if our listener is considering using Print.Save.Repeat, what would you recommend they do to get a clearer picture of their overall practices and ensure they align with their values?
I would suggest reaching out to their customer service team
Okay.
and asking specific questions about their sourcing,
Okay.
manufacturing, and their sustainability initiatives.
Okay.
See how responsive they are and how detailed their answers are.
That's a great tip. It's always a good idea to do your due diligence and not just rely on the information presented on the website.
For sure, you got to dig a little deeper sometimes.
Yeah, it sounds like transparency is key when making informed decisions about, the companies we support.
Definitely.
But even with limited information, it seems like Print.Save.Repeat is at least making an effort in the right direction.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
They're clearly emphasizing affordability and sustainability,
Mm-hmm.
which are, important considerations for businesses today.
Huge considerations these days.
Right, and they're encouraging recycling, and they offer a range of eco-friendly options.
They do.
And let's not forget those glowing customer reviews.
Like all those positive reviews.
People seem genuinely happy with their products and services.
Yeah, it's true. Positive customer feedback speaks volumes.
Right. It suggests they're doing something right. So where does this leave our listener? What are the key takeaways they should consider if they're thinking about using print, save, repeat?
Well, I would say the main takeaway is that Print.Save.Repeat presents a potentially compelling option
Yeah, right.
for businesses looking to balance cost effectiveness and environmental responsibility in their printing practices.
Okay.
They offer a wide selection of products, competitive pricing,
Right.
and a commitment to sustainability, at least on the surface.
It seems like a good starting point.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed, it's important to do your own research and ask the right questions
Yeah.
to ensure their practices align with your values.
Absolutely. Don't hesitate to reach out to their customer service team
Right.
for clarification on their sourcing or manufacturing processes and any specific sustainability initiatives they have in place.
Okay.
Transparency is a good indicator of a company's commitment to ethical and responsible practices.
I think that's some really solid advice. And with that in mind, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've explored Print Save, Repeat's value proposition, their product range, their focus on sustainability, and the importance of transparency.
It's been a good deep dive.
Hopefully this deep dive has equipped you with the information you need to make an informed decision about whether Print Save Repeat is the right fit for your business.
Exactly. Informed choices are empowered choices.
Absolutely. And on that note, I'll leave you with a final thought to ponder.
Okay.
As businesses strive for both affordability and sustainability, how can we encourage greater transparency and accountability within the printing industry as a whole?
That's a great question.
What role can consumers play in driving this change?
Something to think about.
Until next time, happy printing.